everyone! So I decided to make this 3-minute video just showing how I make my watercolors out of eyeshadow. I'm trying to get a specific dark red, so I'm actually using 3 different shades here. The first step when using expired makeup is you need to make sure you break it down, like to dust. As you can see, I'm using my paint spatula to break down the 3 colors, but the more broken down it is, somewhat like this, the easier it's going to be to make your paint. This still isn't as smooth as I'd like it, but mulling will definitely help the process. Next, you'll want to make a little well here to add your binder. This is the stuff I use. I make it myself, and here's the recipe. It's 1 part glycerin, 2 parts gum arabic powder, and 4 parts hot or warm water, but never boiling. This is the gum arabic powder I like to use. You can actually find it on Amazon. This is the glycerin I use. I also purchased it from Amazon, and it will last for a while. To the 3 shades of red, I decided to add about 1.5 teaspoons of the binder just to start. I know I'm going to have to add some more, but this is usually where I start mixing it in because eyeshadow doesn't like to mix to the binder as easy as other pigments, as you can see here. My goal is to at least get all the powder wet, and it's still going to look a little chunky, and as you can see in a couple minutes, yeah, there it is. It's still really chunky, but mulling will definitely help, and that's usually when I add my extra binder. Okay, I lied a little bit. I did add some before. It's not traditional, but it's mine. This is the tool I use for mulling. I always inspect it to make sure it's clean. And when you're ready, start mulling your pigment. Again, I realize that it definitely is dry here, and I can feel it as I'm mulling, but this is my process to be able to easily smooth out the remaining bumps. As I'm mulling the eyeshadow, I do add a few drops of the binder here or there just to make it a lot more smooth and buttery. I know those of you watching this are probably really wanting measurements, and I'm sorry to say I never do the measurement process. The only thing I truly measure is when I make my binder, and at the beginning of mixing my pigments in binder, I always add about 1.5 teaspoons and then add more as I go. So for this paint in particular, I molded about 3 times. Just remember every pigment is different and could use more or less mulling. This is the texture I'm looking for when the paint is made. There are no lumps or pigment stripes. Next, you'll need this paint pan. You can also use the metal tin the eyeshadow came in, but I found these on Amazon too. This is pretty self-explanatory, but you're gonna wanna put the paint in the pan. You will need to overfill the pan a bit because the paint shrinks as it dries. This is usually where I fill it up to start with. Then once all my pans are full, I go and add a little bit more to the top like this. You'll want to put these in a safe place for about 24-48 hours to dry. I hope this was helpful. Be sure to like and share.